Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to tonight's Everton 24/7 report. I'm back after a brief absence yesterday where Thomas was keeping you filled in on all of yesterday's top stories. And one of those top stories was Henry Onyekuru, and he could be on his way to the Bundesliga and Bayer Leverkusen. However, today's news coming out of Turkey suggests that Henry will return to Galatasaray again on another season loan. Now, the question I'd like to ask about this is, what is the point of it? This will be the third year into his 5-year contract he signed back in 2017. He's still not kicked the ball for us. If Onyekuru is to leave the club, it should be on a permanent basis. I think we should be looking to recoup the cash and move forward and invest that money in some players. We're best to cash in now, I think, while his stock is high. I'm personally hoping he does bits at the Africa Cup of Nations with Nigeria and catches a few eyes. So maybe get some bigger teams with a bit more cash in the pockets. Could end up looking at him. Or better still, a good showing at the AFCON could be of great benefit to him in the sense that he might meet the quota and get himself a work permit where he can play here next season, which would be great news. I'd like to see him have a go at Everton, and hopefully he does get a work permit and we do get to see what he's all about. Staying in the AFCON, we've been linked to one of Idrissa Gana Gueye's Senegal teammates, and that is Monaco winger Keita Baldé Diaw. Prior to his Monaco move, he was on the radar of some of the biggest clubs in Europe. He was linked with the likes of Juventus, and he spent last year on loan in Italy again with Inter Milan, where he didn't shine quite as brightly as he did when he was first in Serie A with Lazio. Nonetheless, he's still only 24 and has the right combination, I think, of skill and physicality to fit in nicely in the Premier League. It looks as though we'd be doing battle with Arsenal for his signature, and they may well have the upper hand on us because of the European football situation. So maybe it's just time for Agent Ghana to get in his ear. Now, staying with Arsenal and a player who left Arsenal this summer, Sky Bet have made us odds-on favourites to sign Danny Welbeck on a free. I can't see it. I don't think Marcel Brands will approve of it. He'd be on big wages. He's as injury-prone as they come, save for maybe Jack Wilshere. He's not the deadliest of finishers either. I think he's never finished a league campaign. Here's an interesting stat. He's never finished a league campaign in double figures for goals. He's been in the Premier League for 10 years now. At 28, with all these other issues, the rumour sounds like complete and utter bull on Sky's behalf, maybe to get a few bets in on Sky, but I don't know. But move swiftly on it, because it's not going to happen. I just cannot see Danny Welbeck at Everton next season. As you'd imagine, given the lack of striking talent we've got here at the moment, we do continue to be linked with a endless list of strikers. Now here's one we don't look like getting, and that's Shea Adams of Birmingham City. Football Insider understands that Everton won't be going after this lad, whose middle name is actually Everton, by the way. So it would have been quite a nice fit for that reason, but it looks as though we're leaving the negotiating table over him, and he's most likely to go to Southampton for 15 million. He's looking for a Premier League team who can offer him more playing time. Now, as we've seen, the rumour mill has been throwing a lot of wingers in and out of Everton this summer, and a brand new name to add to that big long list is young Danish winger Andreas Skov Olsen. He's only 19 and he scored 23 goals in all competitions from the wing for Nordsjælland last season. It's quite the record, and for one that age, he's very impressive. We'd be up against Tottenham and Sampdoria for his signature, so obviously he's got something about him to be linked with all these teams. But obviously I've always got the big question mark for a young star, especially under 20. Is he ready for the Premier League? It's a whole different ball game to the Danish Superliga, and it's a massive step up for somebody so young. It's the type of signing we might grow accustomed to under Marcel Brands. He may well make a few of these deals. And even if it doesn't happen this year, he may be a good player to keep tabs on for the future. Left-footed winger, of course, we've been linked with. So maybe if not this year, we'll see how he gets on, and you never know, at some point it could happen. Well, that's a lot as far as transfer rumours go, but a few other little stories to bring you. Obviously, Rafa Benitez left Newcastle earlier this week, and the search is on for his successor. I mentioned that our former player, Mikel Arteta, was the favourite for that job, but there is a new favourite today, and that is another former Spaniard of ours, Roberto Martinez. William Hill have put him at 7-4 favourite to join the Geordies, and the Everton connections don't stop there. If neither of them end up there, it could well be our other ex-manager, David Moyes, who is the fourth favourite, who ends up in the hot seat. So one way or another, could an ex-Liverpool man be quickly succeeded up north by an ex-Everton man? We'll have to wait and see. Finally, we mentioned that Richarlison may well be out of the Copa America for good now with his illness. But one Everton player who's definitely out of the tournament now is Yerry Mina. His Colombia side went out on penalties to Chile last night. No fault of Yerry's, by the way. He scored a fantastic penalty in that shootout, but Colombia lost 5-4 on penalties to Chile and are going home. What it does mean is that despite his and Colombia's ambitions to win the tournament being over, Mina is going to be coming back to Everton for the pre-season now, off the back of a tournament where he never conceded one goal. So that's surely something he can take a lot of confidence from, and maybe with that and maybe a better pre-season under his belt, an actual pre-season, he was signed on deadline day last year. So a pre-season plus the confidence he can take from this tournament, hopefully he can really hit the ground running. And with the Kurt Zuma deal looking some way from being done yet, it may well be something that we could really benefit from without really realising how much we could benefit from it. Well, that is that for Saturday's daily report. Not the busiest of days by any means, but still plenty of stuff to have an opinion on. So, of course, be sure to drop us those comments and like as always. And thanks again for watching on the Toffee Blues.